New Zealand's Ministry for Pacific Peoples is proposing a 40% staff cut. The country's largest trade union, the Public Service Association, says the ministry has informed staff that it's looking to shed 63 of 156 positions. Fina Fonua has more.
Opposition MPs have slammed the decision, which they say will undermine the delivery of services to Pacifica communities in New Zealand. Labour MP and former Deputy Prime Minister Carmel Sepuloni says the massive cut indicates a move to get rid of the ministry.
We have to wonder whether these are the first steps towards abolishing ministry. I mean, it's undermining the funding and resourcing to an extent that it starts to look like they are trying to make it as ineffective as possible and potentially justify what ACT wanted from the beginning, which is the disestablishment of the ministry.
It's the latest proposal by government to cut staff across the public sector. Within the last week, the Ministry for Primary Industries and the Ministry of Health proposed cuts amounting to over 400 positions. National Secretary of the Public Sector Association, Dwayne Leo, says he is seeing apprehension among many union members.
You've got hard-working public servants here that are working with their communities, working in roles, and for months now, they've been anxious about what potential changes are, and a lot of them, their jobs are on the line. So, there's high levels of anxiety, they're frustrated, their morale is low.
Prime Minister Chris Luxon says the cuts are needed to, quote, right-size the public service. In response to criticism about cuts to the Ministry for Pacific Peoples, Finance Minister Nicola Willis said government agencies should be engaging with the Pacific community, not just the Ministry for Pacific Peoples. Willis says the ministry has grown significantly in recent years, including growth in contractor and consultant spending.
It's our expectation as a government that every government agency engage effectively with the Pacific community, not just that ministry, and we want to see that expertise and skill across government. We think that the growth that's gone on in that ministry was excessive.
Public Sector Association National Secretary Dwayne Leo disagrees. He says the cuts will have far-reaching consequences for the health and well-being of Pacifica families in Aotearoa and across the Pacific.
We know that Pacifica families are more likely to be in overcrowded, unhealthy housing situations and challenging environments, and they're also struggling with the current cost of living. The ministry plays an active role in supporting housing development, the creation of training and employment opportunities, and supporting Pacifica languages, cultures and identities, and also developing social enterprises. This is all going to suffer.
The extent of staff cuts will be revealed next month, when the New Zealand government is expected to announce its budget on May 30th.